Hello and welcome to SMTV. We're glad to have you with us today. I'm Duncan Gilman.
And I'm Jeff Gilman.
Wanted to talk about a subject today that probably wasn't the slightest concern 10 years ago, online reputation management. What are we talking about here?
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about it. When I was in journalism school, we had to take a PR class, and it was all, I remember doing a case study around how you would build a PR module for, and total campaign for a celebrity. And this used to be, for the elite. We worried about reputation management, what was written about you, and how you would suppress or promote those things that need to be done. Well, I guess we're all now part of the elite because we've all got a footprint inside of social media. And there is digital DNA that we leave behind everywhere we go. And so it's a matter of, there's now companies that can help us analyze, monitor, and then decide what to do with all of that data and how it's being represented back to other entities.
Are there things that businesses can take control of themselves? Like we know, of course, they can set up Google Alerts. Yeah. It's a great tool. What else can a business do that can really just give them the basic handle on those conversations?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the most critical things that any business could be doing today is social media listening. So, and if you don't even think, we hear this all the time, we talk to brands and companies that say, well, we're not even in social media. And we always remind them, yes,
right.
you are.
Yes, because those conversations are happening.
Yeah, those conversations are happening without you.
Yeah.
And so if you're doing nothing else, you need to be setting up a listening campaign for yourself where you can use either off-the-shelf tools or companies that can help monitor and listen around keywords, around key phrases, and around key industries that affect your business. There's real positive ways to use that to help you garner new clients, new business opportunities, and learn trends about what's important to your prospects. But there's also a defensive measure that needs to be done. You need to be listening for what's being said about you and making sure that you understand what context it's coming from.
Do you think to a certain extent traditional customer service is going to go away?
Well, I mean, I think we've seen some of that already happening. I've talked to clients that have told me that their 1-800 number for customer service volume has gone down 70, 80% because everyone realized, wait a minute, if I just get on that Twitter account, I don't have to wait 10 minutes on hold. I can actually get a quick response by throwing stuff out. There's also a real negative side of that, is that I use the airline industry all the time. Back when my father flew all the time and he had a bad experience, he would get off the plane and he'd go find, if it was a Delta airline or American airline, he'd go find someone in charge as soon as he got off at the gate and complain about the flight, complain about his service. Well, when I fly, I immediately, while I'm on the plane, start tweeting what a bad experience I'm having. And I fully expect, whatever airline it is that I'm flying to respond to me. And hear me and know that I'm talking and that I'm having a bad time with or bad service. So the idea of customer service, I think, is changing. It's no longer I call in, I vent, you give me some new information, we have a one-on-one exchange. It's now crowdsourced. I'm now going to vent out loud and into the public square. I expect you as a company to come and talk to me about it, but I'm also going to hear from all those other folks that have had good, bad, or ambivalent exchanges with you as a company.
And the big brands kind of have to embrace that they're going to receive comments from individual consumers. It's not about, I'm going to go talk to the manager of this particular restaurant.
Yeah.
They're going to get all of this information from around, however big their consumer base is.
Yeah, and once again, I don't mean to talk about this as it's something fearful. I think there's great power in that.
Of course,
I would much rather know, and I would set up as many platforms as I can to let the consumer or those that I'm dealing with day to day to tell me and talk to me about the good experiences they're having, the bad experiences, so that I can deal with them. So that's why social media listening is so critical. You get this hear and analyze those conversations. You don't miss a conversation that's happening about you, good or bad. And more importantly, then you actually can take it and start quantifying what's happening. So instead of it being these one-off conversations, one-off emotional pieces, you can actually start looking for trends because you've got a large pool of data coming in. So that's what a lot of these online reputation management companies are starting to do, is helping companies look at how do we set up listening posts, and then how do we look for trends around your reputation. What's interesting, though, is we're starting to see this filter down to the one-on-one levels like you and I.
Right.
And people are starting to say, wait a minute, my online presence affects my credit. It affects my opportunity for a job. Are my future employers looking at my Facebook? Are they looking at what happens when you Google my name?
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to start seeing an industry growing up of just as much as you see, we saw the industry of checking for your credit.
Credit monitoring
services. You're going to start seeing online monitoring services being promoted to your mom and dad and to you and I.
I have no doubt, yeah.
That's going to be scary when my mom starts worrying about her online reputation management just as much as
I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Oh, she is on Twitter. That's going to wrap up today's edition of SMTV. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in for another episode. For Splash Media, I'm Duncan Gilman.
And I'm Jeff Kilman. Have a great day.